Lady of the faucets, let's get it.
Woo! Yeah. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loots, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. When a drip and pulls, got these dogs and pigs and farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches.
Yeah, dog. Welcome to R2R, Wreck to Riches live stream number 96. Don't forget to pound that like button, headbutt it, people's elbow it, show some love. All right, show some damn love. You got to get the YouTube algorithm going. You got to get the X algorithm going. And the only way you can do that is you pound the like button on both platforms, retweet it, repost it to your family and friends. When your mailman's at the mailbox, tell him Thomas G's on. Grandma gives you a phone call, Thomas G's on. Right? Your girlfriend calls you, hang up, Thomas G's on. Let's go ahead. Shout out to Goo God. Welcome. Thank you for being here, guys. It's a beautiful Friday, the beginning of the weekend. There's a lot of exciting things happening this week. I'm excited about the Benavidez fight versus Morrell. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how many of you guys out there watch boxing, but that's the most exciting event that's happening this weekend is boxing. David Benavidez versus Morrell. I cannot wait for that. Jeez. But other than that, let's talk about what's going on in Pulsechain. Is there going to be a big reversal? It's interesting when it comes to Pulsechain because the entire atmosphere, the sentiment is pure human emotion. It's not even like the traders because typically we take a look at the price of Pulse right now. What are we? 4 zeros and a 5-2, right? If this particular cryptocurrency, Pulse, Pulsex, whatever you want to list on the Pulsechain blockchain, if any of these tokens were listed on major exchanges and they had futures and all that, then you can be like, all right, the price is going down. The traders are shorting it, right? They're shorting the heck out of it. And then you can squeeze them out, liquidate them, take them on, bring the price up. But everything right now literally evolves around is Richard Hart going to beat the SEC? Honestly, is Ethereum going to go up to new all-time highs so that the Sack Daddy address goes up in value? This right here is go to look into rh.com. This right here is very important for the entire ecosystem. I mean, what cryptocurrency doesn't rely on the native token? For example, Ethereum, all the Ethereum tokens are we can't wait for ETH to go up because it'll go up and then there'll be an altcoin season. And ultimately, when Ethereum goes up, it's because Bitcoin's going up, right? Right now, on Pulsechain, it's a leverage on Ethereum. I raise my hand. I tell you, that's what it is. There's no ands, if, buts, or whatever you want to say about it. And by the way, guys, before I go on, I am running a members on YouTube now, right? I did my first 2 members video yesterday. Did a 30-minute segment when PZen started mooning on Pulsechain yesterday. Did some diving on the wallets. I talked about last night, Titan X is over, so I'm going to be doing daily content, probably once or twice a day. My goal is to do a members live stream every night. And if I would do one during the day, it's because I'm feeling good, right? So I'll probably do one late tonight. It's $2.99 a month. You want to buy me a coffee for the month? So be it. You can join. So far, we got a member or two or something like that. So don't forget, the link is in the description. Now back to what we're talking back to the surface here. We're waiting for Ethereum to go up in price. Why? Because Richard Hart took the sacrifice funds, or whoever runs the SAC address, bought Ethereum at like $3,700 average price, right? That's what was done. It wasn't the trade of the year. It wasn't the worst trade, especially when we do go into a bull market and you go from zero to a hero real quick. If ETH is $4,000 and then the SAC daddy's looking beefy, it goes to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, it's looking beefy. I think a lot of things that are happening right now that give people like peer panic, because again, we can't blame them when the price is down because people are shorting it, on major exchanges. There's no Binance, there's no OKX, there's none of that, right? Every other chain's got like meme tokens, utility tokens that are listed there. So it's like strange. Like we're in like the no-go zone, like where people don't, I don't know. Binance doesn't mess with us. Kraken, Coinbase, like we're so far from being on major exchanges. It's not even funny. And the thing about Richard Hart has always said, like, we don't need them, like F them, F the influencers, F the exchanges, F the VC groups. I get that, but if you want people that have Coinbase on their phone, OKX, Robinhood, like the easiest access for somebody at this given moment is to go on their phone, get on their major exchange and buy. Not the average Joe. All right, let's be honest here. Not the average Joe is going to say, let me get MetaMask. And then they're like, well, MetaMask sucks. I'm hearing there's Rabby. Let me get my Rabby on my wallet. Now let me get some Ethereum. Let me bridge it over to Pulsechain. Like there's a whole process that's like a major learning curve right now for people to onboard over to Pulsechain, right? You got to really, because you got to teach people how to be safe. First of all, get a hardware wallet. That's the smartest thing you do. But if they don't have a hardware wallet and they don't want to do that, they want to do everything on their phone. They're like, I trust it's an iPhone. It's good. There's just so many hurdles to get there. But if you get there, it's like the land of the free. It's decentralized. Some people can argue that for the simple fact that the OA address owns a ton of supply. Like I got a buddy who's like, bro, Richard Hart screwed us because he went into the sacrifice and he's like, he's diluting the investors. And I explained to him, like, dude, like everything else, got VC groups, the supply is owned by this and that. This is the same scenario with Hex, did a 10,000X, like he's proven it. But people still can't get around the fact, when I talk, because he texts me like weekly, like Richard Hart sucks, like what's going on? Because he's been waiting for years, but he's a normie. He's not somebody that's in the trenches on Pulsechain or anywhere else. And somebody says, look at Internet Money. Like, here we go right here. Internet Money wallet. You can now buy Pulse with your card. See, that's one step closer, right? RH dismissals in the next week. That's one step closer to where we want to be able to do that. But the thing about that is I've tested these particular platforms when they do that, and the banks red flag it. Then you go into your bank and you're like, what the F is going on? Why did you flag it? Why can't I buy anymore? And I had this experience with Steam, right? I was buying skins with Steam, converting it to crypto, doing all kinds of stuff. And then I started doing crypto too a few times because I wanted to test some new innovations to be like, oh, this is like cool for onboarding. I can drop my link, people, all the marketing thing aspect behind it. And then the bank flags it. And then, your friend got flagged. And they're like, you can't do that. So it's like, okay, the banks are acting silly when it comes to these transactions, like with the internet money. Depending where you're at, maybe you don't get flagged. But now that user's on Pulsechain, how do they get back? We got a lot of education to do. But right now, as it is, ultimately, whether you're there or you're not, you're going to be looking at the price of Ethereum once you realize that it's leveraged here. Okay. Now we look into RH.com, which is very important. You see the SAC funds are negative $68.8 million. Now, hey, we've been on a live stream together where it's plus 60 million, right? When ETH's on and pumping. The thing that worries me the most, all right, is the success of Solana. I think Trump changed things forever, right? He's pro crypto, he's going to make, crypto great again. All these good things are going to happen, but his choice of launching on the Solana blockchain really put it on the map, right? Like the volume is crazy, but you would also be crazy to spend that type of fees and to see that volume with the fees on ETH. That's why the volume on ETH is dying. On meme tokens are practically dead right now. So the place where you would say, if you're familiar with Solana, you're familiar with ETH, but didn't want to play the gas fees, is you're going to play on Base. You're going to play on Solana. So Base and Solana right now, Solana is the the Omega right now, the big one. But then you got Base, and people are like, okay, I can link up with Coinbase, and that's good. So we got to figure out how to transition people into Pulsechain, because the gas fees are cheap. It's basically a forked, better version of Ethereum. Somebody's got to come out with the bridge. Now, the safety of the bridge, I think if somebody comes out with a really good code, right, and Richard Hart himself has his team look at it, and there's a bridge between Pulse to Solana, Pulse to every other network, that's the start we need. Plus, you got the internet money. Then there's land of opportunity all over the place, right? Because let's go take a look at some numbers, right? The numbers here, as we look on Pulsechain, like people would be like, Pulse is under sacrifice price. I get that. However, even though Pulsechain, and this is going to be the prime example here, and I zoomed out like this because I want you to understand something here when we look at PTGC and what it's done. Okay, the technology is like, listen, this is a no hands like flight right here. And what I mean by no hands, like it's on autopilot. It doesn't need human reaction or sentiment. It will create its own trades and volume. It's nice when you got the human beings that are emotional buying and selling, because if you're a staker and a holder, you're earning on those aspects. But PTGC, for example, if you want to even look back and you want to say, okay, Pulsechain, Pulse sucks, Pulsex sucks, Hex Inc. sucks. Okay, great. Well, you can say the same thing about Ethereum right now as far as the price, right? But then there's those mega memes that hit on ETH that went from 1 million to $1 billion market cap. There's tons of them. We'll look at PTGC. A $10,000 investment in PTGC. Let's just pick a random date. Christmas, 1 year ago on Christmas Day, you put a $10,000 investment at 5 zeros and a 4, right? Let's call it, let's say you move the price up because you spend 10 grand and you buy it at 5 zeros, right? You put the price up, it's at 5 zeros and a 4, and you push it up with that buy, you fat finger it, and you get it at a price point of let's say you're 10 grand, right? Price point 5 zeros and a 6.5. Fat finger it, it launches it up. All right. You end up with, at that a year ago, you end up with 1.5 billion and some change, right? Let's plug it in right here. That $10,000 investment a year ago, 13 months ago, you hold it, and look at the ratio right now, 18.9. The last time I did an interview with the founder, I was congratulating him on the stream when it was like a 1-to-3 ratio or something like that, 1-to-2. It's amazing. It's amazing, right? It's absolutely amazing. Like the tokens are the altcoins, the meme coins, whatever you want to refer to them as, the alien coins are outperforming the core coins, but that's okay. That's happening right now on ETH. Okay, that's even happening on Solana. There's so much gains in Solana, not from buying and holding Solana, but buying the alternative cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that $10,000 investment on Christmas Day, right, 2023, that's 13 months ago, would have a value at this ratio, right? It's an 8. It's a big difference. Let's look. Hold on. Let's look at the ratio on that day, because we just looked at the price and did like a guesstimation. 0.08. 0.08 pulsed to PTGC ratio. It's at 18.95 now. All right. But your investment in USD value would be a 1.5 million and some change. Okay. And if you staked it and you're earning reflections, like it's even more. It's even more. Can you believe that? For a $10,000 investment. So I'm just saying, like the core tokens don't have to do well. The thing that's going on Pulsechain is there's a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering, a lot of like name calling. And I even got into an argument with the other day with the guy who's like, "Oh, you're alien coins." Like, no, I'm good. Like, just a total maxi. But he doesn't understand. Like, you could have put, let's say you have 100 grand, 10%, maybe even 5% of your portfolio, you still walk away with 750,000. Cut this in half for a $5,000 investment versus 10. Don't you like gains? Don't you like gains? Yes, a pulse reversal would be awesome. Yeah, and then look how much more PTGC would be performing. Hit the like, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you. What up, dog? How's it going? How's it going? So, I'm going to, and this is the thing. Like, I've built a community over time. I've deleted YouTube's, come back, and then all that. Like, we're gonna have these discussions in the early morning live streams where I stream both on YouTube and on X. But when I take a deep dive into things in the future, right? It's going to be members in the link for YouTube only, where I'll go into new opportunity, because the opportunities of a lifetime on Pulsechain are Tropa tokens, PTGC, UFO, Solid X. There's a lot of big ones, all right? But the rest of the world, this is what the rest of the world sees. They see negative sentiment because of this, because everyone's depending on SAC. Even when you hear KDP, everybody, they're like, SAC daddy, SAC daddy. Like, they don't understand, like, the pushing liquid loans, like some major utility flop. And they didn't understand, like, the basics of getting in early on something like PTGC, right? Not at all. And what the rest of the world is seeing, unfortunately, right? We're going to go to a article from just 2 days ago, all right? An article from 2 days ago. There were always signs that Richard Hart would become a fugitive, okay? So things like this are still on it. Now, I read this. I'm like you guys. I'm like, Richard Hart's not a scammer. Richard Hart's not a scammer. Like, no, he's not. Like, that's what I think. That's what I feel to the core. Richard Hart's done a lot for us. But unfortunately, like, the media controls the minds of everybody across the world. Now we have X, right, which is our platform, but the maxis are ruining it, right? We could all be together right now talking about how a $10,000 investment in PTGC Christmas of last year could have made you $1.5 million, right? We could be talking about that right now. But instead, we're trying to debunk, making fun of people for buying free copies. Richard Hart only supports his cores, like this and that. Like, there's too much. We're not utilizing, now that we're the media, the X platform like we could be, to be shilling our bags to maximize more profits, to bring more users. We're still in self-destruct mode. I don't know how the community will recover from that. Overall, right? You get the KDPs, you get the West Copes, you get all the people out there that have really not debunked, but talked bad about, anything outside of the core tokens, anything that has to do with alien tokens, all that. And you say, hey, like, let's get common ground and shield the ecosystem. Richard Hart built Pulsex exchange so that trading fees would burn the tokens. We need other creators and other tokens to create high volume to burn more Pulsex, which you love, right? Also, we've already proven that these tokens have been here for over a year. Atropa, PTGC, everything that's around it, like UFO, have done well. Like, why can't we come together and show people where we succeed? Why isn't that happening? Because we're too busy fighting with each other. And the rest of the world is reading these articles. And these articles are just talking about how Richard Hart, stole and misappropriated funds. Now they only have reference to articles like this. Now they only have reference to the SEC case. And now it's like, why would I bother going over there? Right? Because now I'm on X, where X is trending everything, and everything that is launched, everyone's saying that they're scams if they're not Pulsex. You would have to really be one of those persons that's like the world is flat. I want the maxis out there to understand your argument is equivalent to the world is flat and not round. Richard Hart created Pulsex. Pulsex burns Pulsex tokens through trading volume. He didn't create an exchange just so you can trade Hex, eHex, Inc, Pulse, and Pulsex. Why do I believe 100% that's true? Because Richard Hart believes, and he said it on camera, that trading and volume sucks. When it comes to his tokens, he doesn't like people trading. He doesn't want volume, right? He's more worried about your time in the market, how long you hold. Holding a cryptocurrency, traders get wrecked. Trading and leveraging gets you wrecked. I know for a fact. I've been there, done that way too many times. So he didn't make the exchange so that you could trade and get wrecked on his core tokens. He made it and created it as a benefit to, in particular, that one token, Pulsex, to be burned when other inventors of tokens and founders create a token and they successfully create volume and they last a while, it burns a core Richard Hart token. Okay. And then in addition to that, it brings new users. And then they see Pulsex, they see Pulse, and they see the core tokens, and they see the success of all these other tokens. This is why he made it. He's going to enrich you and make you money if people come and build and people come and trade. He doesn't want you trading your Hex. Stake it. That's already there for you. He doesn't want you trading your Pulse or Pulsex. Hold it long term. Right? But when you have other opportunities and they're here and you want to promote that the world is flat and it's not round, this is the well-rounded ecosystem that has enough tokens for us to market and promote to get people excited about. You should be on the top of the mountain saying, writing articles. If you go to Thomas G's video, $10,000 investment in PTGC, Christmas Day of 2023, 13 months later, $1.5 million value. If he didn't have that kind of money, couldn't have 5,000, 750,000. Maybe he had 2,500, $375,000 value. That's big time, especially somebody who goes to work and wants to let it sit like they do in the stock market. A $2,500 investment in an altcoin, meme coin on Pulsechain would have brought $375,000 in a year's time, which is probably double or triple what most people make in a year. Okay, these are the numbers and the stats that the maxis need to realize and talk about. Okay. Oh, thank you. Whatever, man. New member. What up? What up? What up? Thank you. Thank you. Whatever, man. 19805. And I will be doing a members video later tonight. So these are the things that people need to understand, right? Neon on Pulsechain rewards, Pulse Inc., Neon Burns Inc., Neon Staking. Thank you for the super chat. Let me take a look. Neon, I'm hearing about this Neon. All right, let me look at this Neon. This is a prime example, guys. This is a prime example. I'm seeing this on X. I know nothing about it. I know nothing about Neon. I'm seeing the excitement. What I don't want to see is people like coming and just knocking it down, right? I want to start seeing people support. Neon could be the next best thing. I don't know, but when I typed it in, I did notice one thing, and I caught my eye because like Atropa and all the liquidity webs out there. Look at this, different pairs. Hexatropa. Okay, it's creating liquidity webs. It's learning from PTGC. It's doing what I think it's doing. It's creating liquidity webs. I don't know anything about it. We'll take a deep dive. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Whatever, man. Thank you for becoming a new member on YouTube. Make sure I used Old Glory to OX Coast for on and off ramp, saving money in those bridge fees even better than Coinbase to eat the pulse. Just wait for RH SAC funds are worth $2 million, and he hasn't moved it yet. I agree. Core holder mostly. We want the casino to come to Pulsechain, Vampire, the value. Yeah, like we have better tokens than Solana. Okay. When I'm on Solana, it's 1 Solana to 10 Solana in a blink of an eye. Then it's 10 Solana to no Solana in a blink of an eye, right? Where the alternative tokens on Pulsechain are the ones that you could buy and sleep and feel good. You know, not nervous like I am on my phone. I'm on Solana, like, you know, is this? It's just it's a very nerve wracking position to be in. Like in the trenches of Solana, it's heavy PvP, where it's like buy and hold and wait on Pulsechain. And outside of like Pulse Latina coming and rug pulling people and all that, you don't see like a whole lot of that going on. You see builders and people that are Richard Hart core believers, and they've adopted new features and technology and ways of doing things through Hart's Law that are webbing tokens together and preparing for when the time comes and Pulsechain does launch, all tides ride together. You're heavily LP with Pulse, PDI, Atropa, all that stuff, right? Are you still bullish on Shy? I'm bullish on Shy as long as and that's over on Solana, as long as Shytoshi is still supporting it, right? Then there's the long-term vision there. Enki is better than anything on Solana. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, Solana is a place where, and I'm gonna put this on the watch list. Solana is a place where you can make quick money, and you can bring it back to Pulsechain. That's my only intentions, is to make money and come back, right, to Pulsechain. And and it's not something you can fall asleep on. Now, I do have some plays like Vine over there. I'm gonna hold it. I'm buying the Vine dip. I have conviction. I believe Solana is in the position where I first started playing around in Ethereum in 2020 when Uniswap came, and there was so many rug pulls. Out of all the rug pulls, in between everything that was rugging, Hex was one of them I was buying and holding. I was really buying all of them and holding them and then getting wrecked, but the Hex went up in value. Uniswap was new. DeFi and meme coins on Ethereum was like popping because of Uniswap. That's where Solana's at. So you can't hold on for stuff because they'll rug. But if you find, you know, a diamond like Vine, then you hold it and just let it and forget about it, right? The experience on Pulsechain has been a lot different. Early on, you could have bought Teddy Bear, Atropa, PDI, PTGC, UFO, you know, the Yankees of the world, anything that Maria launched, that you see the success and done well over time. Enki the other night had a big. I went and I was like, what happened? And I didn't ever find out what happened here. Just somebody sold and then gradually picking back up. I'm not sure what if there was something going on in the market. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that. But back to Neon. I want to take a look at Neon. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. We're gonna have to look into what Neon is. Oh my God. See, look at this, guys. Hey, somebody put some effort into this website. Now I got to know what it is. Somebody put a whole lot of effort into this. Mark Simmons, Zen be pumping. Yeah, you know what? Zen is pumping right now. We'll look at that in a second. I think X1's around the corner. I was even asking in chat, I was like, if X1 goes live, right? Is that an emotional event that people will liquidate Pulsechain and go to X1? X1 is a fork of Solana, right? You got to think of these things. I don't want to worry about them because Pulsechain, you know, it'll take a hit in the moment, all right, and people will come and go, just like they did between TianX and Pulsechain. You saw TianX, boom, 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 ping ponging back and forth, liquidity and money. Nexion, revolutionary hyperdeflationary and bonded liquidity ecosystem. Distributed through auction, 90%, dApps and rewards, 7%. Is anybody in this other than Peter? Is anybody in this other than Peter? Thank you for providing info on YouTube. It means a lot. Yeah, man. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Don't forget, join my members group on YouTube. Don't forget, join the members group on YouTube, guys. If you're late to the party, The link is in the description where I'll be running members only, right? If you think I'm worth $2.99 a month, I did 2 videos. I started it yesterday. 2 private members videos yesterday. One about PZ mooning, digging into that. TiNX, I'm be doing live streams daily on that for people that want to listen to my content, appreciate me, then show some love for the cost of a coffee. Now, anyways, there's a whole lot going on here. What in the world is going on here? Auctions? Huh. Today's supply. So this is an auction like Hex, possibly. Enter Pulse to enter the Nexion auction. At the end of the auction day, users will be able to claim the reserved tokens. This is interesting. This reminds me of Vault with the auction. Is it like Vault? Why am I getting Vault vibes? Total supply 2,311 deposited so far. Where's the timer at? This is interesting. Ended auctions. This has been going on for how many days now? 28 days? ROI was pretty big. Am I too late? Man. Day 1 auction, 7,533%. Ooh, man. Look at all these percentiles. And I made some good gains. Gosh, I'm sleeping on Pulse, man, over there in the Solana trenches. We're still 114% on day 28, which is the last day. I think today's day 29, yeah. With an hour and 33 minutes left. Really? Maybe this is something special. I don't know. I gotta get the developer on an interview or something like that. Maybe. Andre Amari, I'm in it. All right. Okay. I guess there's some people in the chat that are in it. I guess I can ape in, at some point. The Hollow Vault, stats, buy and burn. Okay, this is like Vault. All right, cap per swap. Balance is 15,000. Burn 250,000 neon. Every 16 minutes. Buys what, $31 worth? Maybe you have to click it. Yeah. Yeah, this is like Vault. That's very interesting. Huh. I like to see stuff like this, man. People are building. This is good. I'm about to do a little bit more research and figure out if I want to go in. I feel like I missed out. I'm looking at those ROI numbers. I'm like, dude, bro. But even if you look at that, where they had the highest percentage when they launched, the chart is up and to the right. So with those high ROIs I saw in the DApp just now, this thing's starting to pick up steam. And it's LPing with the other pairs, like liquidity webs. Man, what a come up, huh? Congrats on whoever been in this. Market cap's still low. That's a beautiful thing. Mark Simmons became a YouTube member. Thank you, Mark Simmons. You're the man. Appreciate you joining. Links in the description if you want to become a YouTube member. It costs you a cup of coffee per month, but be doing exclusive videos. Maybe I'll go in on this Nexion on members only. When I do hands-on with wallets and all that, I'm only going to connect my wallet on members only stuff. There's let's see. Hold up. Jesse Johnson became a YouTube member. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the support. There's also staking in liquidity pools. Oh man. Okay, let me go back. Staking in liquidity pools. Ooh, okay. All right. Man, somebody went the extra mile. Now, I can tell you right now, I don't even have, a wild guess. These people are like, hey, it's a scam. Like, this is exciting. This is cool, man. People want to play with stuff like this. Okay. I do. A lot of people do. Make Pulsechain great again. Keep building. Whoever's behind this, I hope it's legit. 2% of every transaction pulls Neon rewards to LPs. 2% of every transaction is pulled and swapped for Pulse rewards. LP rewards. Oh, man. This is cool. I dig it. I dig it. All right. I'm gonna have to hop into this shit. I just feel late, man. I feel late. All right. Info, stats, white paper. What did it do? Let me go back. I don't know if I want to read a white paper right now. I like looking at this distribution stats right here, though. Are they going to come out with a secondary token? Atropa, PDI. Man, this is interesting. This is interesting. I like what I'm seeing. Peter, Neon is PTGC on steroids. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Thank you for the super chat. Don't tell me that. Then I got to ape. Don't tell me that. PTGC on steroids. Oh, man. Oh, man. For reals? Are you serious right now? You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. Peter, thank you for the super chat. Boom. You were the man. Neon is PTGC on steroids. Okay, now I got 3 people on stream who said they like it. All right, so man, yeah. Could I just buy the Neon token through the Is the question is it cheaper to go through the auction right now versus just buying straight up? Because I'm assuming like you don't pay a tax for the auction, but you'd pay a tax like directly on Pulsechain, right? What are your thoughts on Neon Moneybags? My thoughts are like I need to get in. I'll wait for a few more confirmations on people that are in it. I guess I got to read the white paper. Let me take a look. Killing me, Smums. Yeah, this is what I got to read right here. I got to educate myself. I'm interested in that Neon. I'm glad you covered it. I put a hex on you. Hey, I like that name, bro. That's perfect. That's cool. Yeah. All right, let me look a little bit at the white paper here. Let's see. Appreciate those that became a member just now. I think we just got 3 people on stream became a member. I appreciate you guys. It means a lot. Keeps me motivated. What is Nexion? It's aimed to become a widely used DApp ecosystem that offers users a variety of ways to participate and earn rewards. Okay, supply is capped at 1 billion. Okay, 90% of the Neon supply gets distributed to users who enter the Nexion auction within the first 10 days. All right, so we're past that. Features of auction create daily deflationary measures. Neon has a 6% transaction tax. Okay, it's like PTGC. It's applied to all transactions with the exception to LP additions and the Hollow Vault deposits. So the 6% for buys and sells, right? 2% stores Neon. Accumulated into a threshold is met, then swapped for Pulse and directed to LP staking rewards, creating additional incentives for liquidity providers. Threshold is 1 million Pulse. 2% direct Neon rewards sent straight to LP rewards. 2% burn Neon, permanently removed from circulation, accelerating the token's hyperinflationary mechanism. These tax mechanisms reinforce Neon's deflationary design. All right. So we know 900 million Neon allocated for the first 10 days. So that is like Volt, right? 35 Neon tokens used to fuel staking, 25 reserved for the team, 25 mil, 5 mil Neons paired with Pulse. A little bit of so I'm familiar with the tokenomics. It's Vault had a baby with PTGC. Am I right or am I wrong? Right? That's what I got so far. Vault from TitanX had a baby with PTGC. They made a way cooler DApp on a way better blockchain, and that's where we're at. Am I close? Am I close? I feel that's what it is. Earning ink on Hart's Law token. Hart's Law token. I'll take a look. Trump official bridged $1.2 million to Pulsechain this week. We can shill that because that wallet is named as such. Yeah, I guess you could. Could be a mass troller though, right? Does Neon have a Telegram? That's a good question. Yeah, I see they do have a Telegram. If you go to Deck Screener, right? I'll put the Telegram link for in here in the comments for you, bro. In 1 second. This is the link to their Telegram. And boom, there it is. That's what I found on Deck Screener. I'm excited for this. $430,000 market cap. It's like right up my alley with stuff I like to do. I just wish I was a day one person, looking at this. What's the ratio? What was the ratio at the beginning? At the very beginning. Let's see. The pulse, the neon ratio to start off, a 1.39. Look at that, 39.985. Do you see how these plays are getting you more pulse? How could you be a maxi and say you love pulse, but not try to get more pulse without coming out of pocket? All you got to do is trade a little pulse, take a little risk for the biscuit, make some on it, right? Yeah, dog, my bags are packed. What's up, J Perry 14? Bags packed. Glad the bags are packed, bro. Got to keep the bags packed. Got to keep them packed. But like, there's so much now going on. Okay, so this is stuff like this is important. Okay, there's a community obviously building around this. Let me follow them on Twitter. I gotta find these guys on Twitter now. It's important. It's at its infant stages. Like at 286 followers. A few people that I know are following. I know who they are. Oh, Daenerys. There we go. Seem to be active. You're gonna want to go like their stuff, retweet. You gotta work for your bags. The thing is like as a community, when something like this launches and you love it, post about it and go and like and retweet all their stuff, and good things happen. That the community effort is on your part is not only just buying it, but going out there and jumping on your your X feed and getting the algorithm to pick it up. Then more people will find it. People will talk bad about it, but at the end of the day, you want those that want to come around and stick to it. Is it true that after the Bitcoin halving, that February and March the following year are bullish as heck? That the word on the street is possibly ready to ladder up. There is like a delay. Like I believe now when I look at it, like we should be ending the bull market. Like I think it could be over in March, or it ends in December of 2025 and it goes into January 2026 and dumps off like the year where it went from 19,000 20,000 to $3,000 Bitcoin, right? So we either are in the bull run and it ends this March in a couple months, we'll have a quick peak, or it ends in December of 2025. I'm starting to believe we go into a bull run in the later phase of this year. I've changed my thought on that. I believe it goes into December of 2025, and then it drops. I mean, if it went from 19,000 to 3,000, that's way more than the 50% drop, right? So depending on where Bitcoin go, let's say Bitcoin hits $250,000 Bitcoin, 50% drop from there is a 125. Drop it another, maybe the floor for Bitcoin might be like the $60,000, $70,000 Bitcoin, the next bear. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But shout out to all the love today. A lot of super chats coming in. Let me take a look at how many members. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 new members today. Remember, links in the description. I got a members only thing going on YouTube. This is cool. This is cool. So what else is popping? Now you got me pumped up. I want to look at. I mean, sometimes you find some stuff. What is it? Metador. I don't know if I mess with this. I don't know. You gotta do research, huh? What's PDI doing? What's PDI doing? Let me look at the price of PDI. Where is PDI? Oh no, I keep Pulsechain usually up here. PDI or die trying, huh? Right? Man. Opportunity of a lifetime getting in early on that. That's for sure. At this point, what's 9iron cap? Last time I looked, 9iron Capital got like $100,000, or one of the guys got like $100,000 for marketing. To start putting marketing ads all over to get people to acknowledge, PDI, the pegging. Let's see what's Richard up to. Let's see. Last post was 2 days ago. Yeah, I saw this one. P.S. OpenAI is now vigorously copying the work of the actual open source guys, but the copying could be so very much better if they were actually open and more than just the name. Something's gonna happen soon, huh? The court case. We'll figure. We'll know. We'll know eventually. But we just need more people talking about Pulsechain. Like, I get to the point where I get so fed up with the maxis. I'm like, I will throw bait out there to reel them in, and they will engage with me on X. I know how to do it. I've been doing it lately. I've been putting photos of like Richard, like just funny stuff, and I bait them in, and then they're just like, "Oh, just leave." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm holding PTGC." Oh, I don't believe in your alien coin. Like, hey, bro, now I'm rent free in your head. You know, the SEC case against RH have decision soon. What the price does is anyone's guess. Possible 5x for the ecosystem in 30 days. Follow my guess. I personally believe it's going to pump the price temporarily. Right. Remember when Richard injected all that money? I was like, I got to sell. I knew I was going to have to sell when Pulsechain went to 4 zeros and an 8. I sold it, all of it, because it wasn't like that money came in organically from a bunch of people that were excited about the chain. I knew that a lot of people like myself have been waiting for that opportunity for it to go up to sell and then dollar cost average back in at lower prices. Pumps like that are not sustainable because they have no like any type of reason other than RH decided to put a 0% on the bridge fee, bridge over funds, and buy it up. Wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna hold it. And good thing I didn't, sold at the top, dollar cost average back into the ecosystem as it drastically went back down. Now, if there had been like an event where like the SEC case did get dropped, that maybe, but I'm still thinking that if the SEC case gets dropped, we'll have like a nice hockey stick set of candles all across the board. But then the only thing that would cause like it for to go limp if Ethereum started tanking again in that moment. So there's a lot of possibilities that could happen. Like the scenario I would like, the perfect universe scenario would be court case dropped and simultaneously Bitcoin and Ethereum are starting to go up. And you see the SAC money go back into the plus, that becomes super bullish. But if for some reason like we have like a shakeout period or ETH doesn't do anything at all, then it's like buy the rumor, sell the news, right? It's good news, just like it was good news that he spent money, but like that good news wouldn't be strong enough to sustain a pump. The ultimate good news is Ethereum hitting $4,000, $5,000. That's enough to buy it and be like, I'm not going to sell and DCA out. That's why they originally, like, I remember I was at my son's wrestling practice. It was in February 2024. SAC funds came in, started buying. I was like, hey, bro, I'm bouncing. I went and sold my Pulsechain at 4 zeros and an 8. And then, like, within days and weeks, it just started going down, cut in half again. And I was just like, look, SAC funds are coming over and they're buying them. But I didn't see people buying with the SAC funds. They were buying into it, and then the whales were dumping. So I saw a numerous amount of large whales exiting while like half the size bags were buying into the pump, and then they ended up wrecked. So they're still holding the bags. You got to remember, there's different levels of people that are holding the bags. So the perfect universe, right, is SEC case drops, and then at the same time, ETH is doing well. But if the SEC case doesn't get dropped, that's also really good. Let me explain why. It's really good if it doesn't get dropped because it doesn't matter. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. This is the leverage on ETH. The SEC could say, hey, we're pressing more charges, and it's going to drop the price drastically. You can see 50%, 30% heck, 70% discounts, and you buy it if you have conviction that Ethereum is going to go, beyond its last all-time high, which you could expect and would expect during a bull market. So, like, I find myself wanting it to not get dropped, if I'm being honest with you, because I know it doesn't matter. What matters is the price of Ethereum and then people building and new users. Like when I saw Neon and we started looking at that earlier, that gets me excited. People are building, right? And that was a really cool dApp. And I'm like, let me get into Neon now, right? So another scenario that I think I'm rooting for, like, is they say, hey, we're not dropping this case. Okay, cool. The sentiment will be panic. And I will wait and buy that bottom. And that could be a life-changing opportunity for you. Because regardless of the SEC is going after them continuously from there, and they're going to have to battle it out for the next 3-4 years, could happen. ETH goes to $5,000 to $6,000. We're Gucci. Then we could see another influx of money come in from the SAC funds, but also just from the market itself, knowing that ETH is going up, and Pulsechain has been cheap prices, and people understand it's a leverage on ETH, right? The scenario that really would wreck us if Ethereum doesn't do anything this bull market. The SEC doesn't have anything to do. It's just an emotion that sits there, right? What's up, Vira Finance? Welcome. Thank you for being here, brother. It's an emotion there that's going to be haunting us, good or bad. Because it has positive and negative impacts on a temporary scale. Where Ethereum doesn't do anything this bull market, that's a really bad thing for us. If Ethereum does go up and, we do have a bull market and we're, not towards the end of one, then it's good. It's really good for us, for ETH to start to take off. So that's like the main focus. Everything else is just like raw emotion off of like a court, something to do with court. Like Solana, the SEC's been on them. Ripple's had the SEC on them, and now the prices of things are going up because Bitcoin's going up, because everything's leveraged on Bitcoin, right? So you got to think like that. You got to use the good old noggin, right? You hope for the always be prepared for the worst. If I like, my best thing I can say, I'm not a financial advisor. If you have $100,000 on Pulsechain, I'd had 50 grand invested in the play that's like my top tier conviction. For me, that's Hex. Stake it. 50,000, keep it stable. 50,000, keep it stable, and wait for the worst possible news and buy that dip. If you get the best case scenario, you can buy and ride the wave, which is the SEC drops it, and then dump when you feel like that euphoria has ended. Can end in an hour, a day or two. But if you're at gains and you double it up, great. It's not going to last long, because remember, we're waiting on ETH. ETH drops, you can buy it, maybe it reverses back up. We don't know what's going to happen in the market. I think there's so much things that can go right and wrong. And the administration that we have today is very positive and bullish, I think, for crypto overall. But we've seen like a lot of funny business happen. When Trump token launched, it soaked the liquidity out of everything. It killed like all meme coins. Let's see. Is DragonX on Pulsechain, or is it better to buy it on ETH? The whole TitanX ecosystem. DragonX, is that on Pulsechain? I would have to see. I don't think it is. Is it? Am I missing something? Is DragonX bridged over? I don't know. I have no idea. Take a look at DragonX. Oof. Yeah. I mean, listen, man. Like, everybody is like, your founder is your when you buy into cryptocurrency, like you can have the smartest guy in the world. I don't think like Eric is smart, but 90% of the people I talk about that know Eric and have conversed or any thought about him can't stand him, right? I have like no feelings. Like we beefed and it's like whatever, dude. Like you're not significant enough in my life to really to hold a long-term grudge, right? Like I could be mad at my sisters and brothers for a long time, but like dude, you're nothing to me. Like I think that he was a real jerk and we had that like whatever. But like the sentiment around him as a founder is weird. Like anytime I try to like get information, like, hey, like, what do you think? Wow, he's a jerk. And I'm like, oh, okay. What do you think it's gonna go back up? So I don't know. If they go on Pulsechain, great. Like it doesn't matter where they go with Plsx. You just need users that are gonna want to buy the token, right? Right now we're like in a crazy meme coin super cycle on a few chains right now, like not MSS, Base, Solana, and then you can say the same for Pulsechain. Right now, meme tokens, if you declare PTGC as a meme token, which most people would, it's not a core token, it's outperforming everything on the chain. UFO is, Neon starting to outperform the core tokens. Everything other than RH tickers are doing well. PDI, the meme tokens, right? The speculation tokens. If meme tokens are speculation tokens, then you can just put them on the same. We could just call them speculative assets. Speculative assets. The assets you speculate on, right? And that is where, if no one is speculating, like on the Plsx ecosystem, that more people are going to join. I did a members video about Plsx last night. Go watch that, and you'll know exactly where my thought process is, and I think a lot of you will process that the same way. PTGC, UFO, damn, 1.8 ratio. Oh, that's climbed quite a bit, man, quite a bit. Sheesh, for the beginning of the year, look at that, hitting the 1-to-2 ratio. This right here is what makes in the moolah. That's ratios, bro. Those ratio. Trump Jeweler follows Richard Harder next. The next launch from World Liberty Country will be on Pulsechain. World Liberty Country will be on Pulsechain, less centralized to the XRP. The problem with Pulsechain is the Trump administration is talking about no capital gains on cryptocurrencies that are American based. So there's two sides to this, where the argument versus the SEC case is they have no jurisdiction because it's not based in the US. It's based in like Europe, Finland, whatever. So the attractiveness to operate, like for example, on blockchains that are American versus non-American for Americans, is we wouldn't pay a capital gains tax. That's massive. So would I want to go make $1 million on Pulsechain and pay capital gains, or would I want to go try and make $1 million on Solana, find utility? Because I don't think you should be on Solana, risking it for the biscuit more than you're willing to afford, but find utility, because there will be utility tokens there. I think Vine is one that's built for a company. Basically, Vine's going public on Solana when it's token. Up or down, you take the hit, absorb, and you hold it long term, American-based cryptos won't have capital gains. So I don't think World Liberty or anything to do with the Trump administration is going to mess around with Pulsechain with that actively out there and exposure to saying, hey, if you're American made, boom. Because now Richard Hart can't fall back and say, yeah, we're American based, because their argument is there's no jurisdiction. Drop the case, right? Thoughts on Plsx? Go to the members, or go to my YouTube video or my YouTube channel. I did a members only video on Plsx. You'll get the whole breakdown last night. Zen has been quiet. Ford, they're going to do. Oh, dude. Before I end the stream, we got to talk about PZen. I'm loving PZen, by the way. Where the heck is my PZen? Okay. Some whale came and bought the heck out of it yesterday. Like, look This has been happening since the later part of January. Whale comes in, boom, takes it to a new level, doesn't drop down, starts buying it again, boom, corrects. Maybe trade sideways comes. It's going to it's legs on legs on legs. Maybe you'll trade this way and then boom, go here. I think there's insider information going around that X1's going to launch, and they're going and they're going to buy the PZN up because moon parties are going to exist for X1 where you can buy your Zen and go burn it. The cheapest place to buy it right now would be PZN and OPZen. Most of the blocks and nodes are in the USA, but I like your take on the crypto market. Zero capital gains. Let's go. Yeah, that's what the Trump administration is saying. Zero capital gains for US. You make a crypto in the US, you don't pay capital gains, right? So that's that's interesting. That's interesting. I think that's really good, man. And it's going to affect mass adoption on a chain. Like, obviously, I don't know. Like, it's time for Richard Hart had like this mindset where he's like, we don't need the major exchanges. We don't need the influencers. Like, F them, right? If we want mass adoption, we do need people to have easy access to Pulsechain. I think it's starting to change for the better. So I think it's going to become easier, right? People are going to, they'll love it. There's cheap gas fees, but you're not going to have like the people that are on Solana come over here. All that volume that loves that environment's not going to come over because it's not on that level here yet. There's not enough trading and volume going on to do that. Unfortunately, there is long-term. It's Pulsechain has been the best long-term purchases you can do on the speculative assets. You couldn't get any better anywhere else. How do we get X1 allocation? We just burn any form of Zen to burn address. Yeah, like there's platforms where you can burn, right? I've burned a lot of OPZen. I've burned a lot of PZen. I've burned a lot of Zen on ETH, Phantom, all the chains. But the thing is, like, I look at it this way. I've burned enough. Now I'm like buying them cheap because of X1 does, and I don't really need to buy any Zen because I have mints coming out every day. I am right now at the price roughly like $250 per day in PZen I mint every day. So I'm selling it right now on all, like, man, I think I got like 12 wallets per day I have to collect from. It takes hours. And I'm buying PDI on all of them. I'm swapping it for PDI. That's all I'm going to do. I agree. Coinbase announced they're just launching coins with less restriction. Research users are getting rugged, but they have zero reasons to not list Pulsechain now. It's them or Binance. Yeah, there's no reason not to. I don't know. I think there's got to be a big event that happens. If PDI hits $1, it's a big enough event, right? But you don't got a lot of people supporting that. You got a lot of fighting when it comes to that. But don't forget, guys, pound the like button. Show some love. And don't forget, if you guys are interested, $2.99 a month. It's members only. I'm going to go on there tonight, do special content for my viewers. You buy me a coffee, you get exclusive live footage, live streams, probably 5 days a week. Any video content, anything that I find that I think is a gem, right? I'm not going to throw any more gems out there just to anybody. The reason being is because the internet gets so loud. It does. People are like, you talk about this, you're a scammer. Like, everything I've talked about on Pulsechain got called a scammer. Oh, well, PGC went to the moon? Scammer. Like, okay. Anything I talk about doesn't matter. You get attacked. So it's just like, well, if you don't, like, how do I eliminate that negativity? Well, if somebody doesn't want to watch me, they definitely are not going to pay a monthly subscription to do that. And I can still enjoy doing this. I can still help others. I can still, I'm not charging like $20 a month, anything like that. It's like cheaper than a Starbucks coffee. And I get to enjoy people that want to be there with me and want to, succeed in cryptocurrency, because that's what it's all about, right? Today, right now, I'm doing the content with X right now live. I'm still trying to build my platforms by doing, live free content. But at the end of the day, like I'm going to hear a lot of noise about everything I talked about. And it's like, okay, I got to share this with people that really just want to be here at certain aspects every day too. Because I can't get away from YouTube. I mean, the 30,000 subscriber channel deleted it. Now I'm back. I've done it to 10,000 before, deleted it, went back. Like I don't have anyone to talk about this stuff with. I don't. It's weird. Let's see. What's sure to burn Zen? What site? Gosh, it depends. I don't know. I got to look into what's available now because a lot of the burning options went away. Let's see. We do not live on a globe. It's been disproved 100 times. Is it flat? Who knows? The globe is pure fantasy, though. Keep crushing, bro. Thank you. Is it flat? Flat or round, whatever it may be. I think having a mindset, open mindset, and an ecosystem like this has paid off, like Pulsechain, for sure. Wi-Fi on Pulsechain will be the meta. A triple 414. What's up? Wi-Fi on Pulsechain will be the meta in 11 months exactly. I shall go dark down. Huh. Dark. Wi-Fi. Hold on. Did we just get dropped a gem live? I don't know. I don't know if that's even a real Tropa developer token. Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi with I don't know what this is. $308 in liquidity. I don't even know if it's the right contract address. That could be anybody. I was like, is it Maria? A triple 414. Hey, if you are Maria, for whatever reason, you really made Pulsechain what it is today. Without Maria, without the 414 dev, you don't got PTGC, you don't got a lot of things. These liquidity webs and these assets we speculate on early on. I first got into a Tropa ecosystem in PDI, July, August, pretty heavy of 2023. Big opportunities. Hopefully there's more to come, but we're still early. Don't forget, guys, pound the like button, drop a comment, and I'm going to do, let's see. I don't know anything about Neon. Should I just toss a couple hundred on it? Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I was talking about it a little bit ago, bro. Like, I'm gonna go and figure out the wallet situation. Like, what I'm gonna make like a dummy wallet because I got to connect to it. So I'm gonna do all that and then figure out what I want to do. Basically, Vibra, after doing a little bit of research, it's PTGC and Vault had a baby, and they gave birth to it on Pulsechain, and they're operating like the Atropa web system. So PTGC, Vault from TianX had a baby. You eliminate Steve's not the daddy. Steve DeFi, shout out to him. And you put a little bit of mix of Atropa webs in there, and you got this system that's been going on day 29 auction. I'm like risk it for the biscuit time, right? That's where I feel. That's what I heard live on stream too. PTGC 2.0 allegedly, right? And I never made money not risking it for the biscuit, so I might as well. But I just for safety reasons, like I would have done it on camera, but I'm gonna go make a dummy wallet and make sure it's connected to something that can't drain me on everything else too. BlackRock just bought 83 million worth of ETH. It's about to happen. Let's go take a look at the price of ETH. Like, BlackRock could buy all the ETH that they want in the world, and it wouldn't make a difference to me, to be honest with you. They could buy all the Bitcoin they want to, Michael Saylors and all that. I think right now the market's going to take a huge, massive dump. I think we're in another shakeout. I don't know why. Like, let me see what's going on in Yahoo Finance. I just feel like in the short term, it's not going to be good, but in the long term, maybe even better. But let's see what's going on. What's the drama today? Why do we see some red? Trump's tariff deadline looms, leaving markets on edge. So the Trump tariffs got people nervous, I guess. I don't know. You never know. I just buy dips and just sit. If it goes to zero, we just charge it to the game. LFG to the crypto gods, right? Shout out to XRP. I found 10,000 XRP in a wallet that I cannot access, and another 3,500 on a wallet that I cannot access. I left it on Bittrex. I left it on Bittrex, and I could see it there. I went on my ledger. I'm like, why is it not on my ledger? Where did I send it? It was like, man, I think it was like 2017, 18. I sent it to Bittrex and forgot about it. It wasn't worth much then. And I get to look at it grow from a distance. Cryptopia, 3 Bitcoin to the gods. They had a backdoor. I had like 2 authenticator and all that. They had a backdoor hack. Took 3 Bitcoin from me like in 2017 when it was worth like $1,000 or something. I forget. Yeah, bro. No, I looked. The deadline to get your stuff from Bittrex is over. They went bankrupt. They went bankrupt. I was like, what? I had like 1 million XRP at one point. When I bought XRP, it was half a penny. That was my old YouTube channel in 2000. I made a YouTube channel in 2015. And then when XRP came around after I bought ETH at $7, I was buying XRP at a half a penny. And I did this thing with my YouTube channel. I was like, let's get into the 100 million Doge club. So I got into the 100 million Doge club. Then I got into the million XRP club. I don't remember how much it cost at the time, but I'd made money because I'd been buying Bitcoins. It's like $250 or something like that. And that's how much XRP I had at one point. And I put like, it was a small amount, the 10,000, but I definitely didn't hold on to it to the peaks. I used to tell people too. I didn't listen to my own advice. I got fudded out of most of my XRP bag. I used to do videos where I was driving in my car to my job, right? Talking about crypto. When I first was buying XRP, it was half a penny. And I would go do a 12-hour shift. Before my 12-hour shift, I would do a car video and then I'd upload it on my break. And I was just like, you can't beat them, join them. You got to buy XRP because the banks are going to use this one day. You know, I was shouting this out for so long. The videos that I would make had like 60,000 views. And I got rid of YouTube. I got rid of like most of my XRP. Then I had some, got to sell it at the peak, like at $3. And then I had the XRP in wallets sitting on Bittrex that I forgot about, like that I just remembered the other day. I was like, dude, like I was all over the place. But I could not believe I had that much XRP at one point. When you're buying something at half a penny, you just don't like. My mind couldn't comprehend the gains that were going to happen. But again, like I first saw Bitcoin at $8, $7-8, and I bought silver instead that year. Then I bought late at $250. I was pissed off. So it's crazy. Cryptopia wrecked me. I also missed the fun on BSC with Forex, right? Oh man. Oh, I'll take. Thank you. I like it. My wife just brought breakfast burrito. Oh my god. Wow. Sorry. I'm about to log off. She put bacon in this. Let's see. Ross Ulbricht's not getting his Bitcoin back from the government. They're using it to start the strategic stockpile. Damn. 10 years later, the banks just announced they've been using XRP for years. What a time to be alive. Crazy. I think the one cryptocurrency that, man, I'm trying to think. Sorry, wife was giving me a paper towel. Let me go to coinmarketcap.com. I think the one cryptocurrency that I want to buy and hold it through this cycle to the next, that I think is going to be like massive utility, that I already have a lot, I bought it in the ICO phase. Oh, right here. I don't think Hedera is going to do well this cycle because like the world's not ready for it. Just like XRP and all that stuff. This one right here. When I first bought Hedera, the reason why I bought it, I understood that it's potentially a blockchain killer, right? Like this works differently than your typical blockchain. And I would think like in this bull run, maybe it hits $1, but I think it can go way higher. I want to buy more and not sell any that I have, even at the peak. I want to hold this. Like I've been holding this since, I don't know, 2020, something like that. The Hedera that I was buying. I bought most of it, or no, I did the ICO and then I bought more of it during COVID. I'm not selling it. If it hits like $1, even $2 this cycle for whatever reason, I'm just going to continue to buy more. I want to hold this until the next cycle is my goal. Right? So that's the goal. Hold this long term. Buy it up. Because it's better than blockchain. This technology is disruptive. Good stream. A bacon burrito sounds fire. Yeah. You know what, guys? I got to go. I got to eat this burrito. My wife made me a bomb burrito. I had so much silver, my family thought I was insane. Yeah, man. Same here. You said Bitcoin, or what's her name? What's the girl I used to work with that you knew? Something Queen? Well, her name is Dallas. I used to take silver bars to work. And I'd be like, Dallas, check out the silver bar. I have like a 10-ounce silver bar. I was obsessed. But I used to buy them on my lunch breaks down the street. I'd be like, Dallas, come check it out. It should be all baked. She's like, cool. You know, play with it, holding it. It's hilarious. But don't forget to pound the like button. Drop a comment. Till next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady of the faucet, just get it. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the truck. In the loots, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches.